the hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
Oh, this is pretty funny. So last week we talked about how a humongous bug was found with Mortal Kombat 1. That the game had such a horrendously bad programming bug that characters on the player 1 side could do strategies and combos, and on the player 2 side they don't work. That is an innate gameplay flaw for any competitive game. One player has a monstrous advantage over the other. How the hell they didn't catch this in testing, I have no clue. Besides the fact that maybe the game testers just don't fucking understand fighting games. I don't know how you could not test the same combo on 2 sides and tell that it doesn't work on 1 side. That's ludicrously stupid. That's one of the first things you would do. Here, what's the bread and butter combo with Sub-Zero? Here it is. Okay, let's test it on both sides. That's the first thing you fucking do. How did they, you know what I mean? So anyway, there's 2 updates to this. First of all, they patched the game on my day off and fixed the issue. But the funny part about it was Ed Boon's own reaction. For those who don't know, Ed Boon, he's basically at the head of NetherRealm. He's the person who's been with Midway since the 90s when they first started making the original Mortal Kombat. That's why they got Noob Saibot. It's Ed Boon and John Tobias, and Ed Boon's still with the company, right? So, I swear to God he posted this up. I swear to God I'm not making this up. Once again, thank you for all your feedback with MK1. You're helping us make the game better every day. The Player 1 Advantage bug has been fixed, and update is being prepped for release very soon. We'll keep you all posted. You understand what he's saying, right? He's literally admitting that they are inept as game developers and didn't know that this bug existed in their competitive fighting game. And he's thanking the community for putting in the amount of time and effort to discover it so they could fix it. They couldn't be bothered before they released the game. But they're thanking the community for doing the work for them. That's literally what he just said in that social media post. Thank you for doing our work. Because we couldn't be bothered to put out a fucking functioning fighting game that you bought. Like, I read it, I'm like, does he realize what he just posted? I mean, he posted it in a way that was positive to sugarcoat it, but literally that's exactly what he just said. We're inept. We didn't know that our own game was not balanced and it was broken. Thank you for discovering it so fast. Is he not aware that there was a bunch of launch week tournaments that are completely invalid? Like, literally, the results don't matter because player 2 couldn't do the combos while player 1 could. What a fucking asshole. I mean, really, that's fucked up. Can he justify that he released a game that the community had to discover was broken so they could fix it? And, I hate to say it. Really, I hate to say it, okay? This is sadly a situation where I feel like now the consumers have been desensitized because we have so many games now that are released broken, and it's on us to be the playtesters, despite the fact that they were supposed to already do their playtesting and development before that game was sold and purchased. We end up being the playtesters, and that's unacceptable. A game should come out fully fucking functional. Yes, if you found a nuanced bug, like, oh, in this incredibly rare situation, there's a corner in the game that has a hole in it, and you could accidentally hit it, and now you get sucked into the hole, your game crashes. And it only happens once to every 1,000 players or something. Okay, I get it. This is a fundamental piece of coding in the game that was broken. For a competitive fighting game to not know that one player has an advantage over the other, you failed as a game developer. You shouldn't make competitive games. You can't do it. You suck. You shouldn't. This should be a huge, big smite against their reputation. A big black mark against them that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. No one's saying anything. Everyone's acting like it didn't happen. That's fine. It's fine. What if no one discovered the bug? Right? What if no one figured it out? What if they didn't have such an insanely dedicated community that playtest the shit out of these games after they come out to figure it out? You would have had this game go out, and for the entire time it ran, would have had an unfair advantage. It would have been a completely meaningless game, and no one would have been the wiser. Am I glad they fixed it? Yes. But I'm fucking infuriated that it was the gamers who bought the game that had to figure it out and do their job for them. Seriously, Ed Boon should be literally being interrogated and treated like, what the fuck did you do? What have you been doing all this time? You know? Why did you put out a game like this? And why is no one questioning Ed on why the game is nowhere near as good as Street Fighter 6? Where is the complexity? Where are the gameplay elements to make it on par with your contemporaries? Why is the netcode so much worse in Mortal Kombat 1 compared to Street Fighter 6? Why is no one asking him these questions? Instead, you want to know what he's busy doing? He's posting up on social media. Look at all these game sites that ranked our game 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. And every site is a game site that doesn't understand fighting games. It's hilarious. Not one fighting game website is giving it a 9 or 10 out of 10. So he doesn't list those. He only lists the glowing reviews from the sites that fucking don't know better because they're ignorant idiots. I'm just, you know, it really infuriates me. I really do, because I just don't like seeing stuff like that, right? I don't. You have to, absolutely positively, in the modern day, you have to hold people accountable. Because if you don't, they will get away with it and they will continue with the bad behaviors. We have seen this time and time again in the last decade with game development, that a game developer puts out a bad game or an inferior game or a half-finished game, and because of hype or marketing or spin, that game still becomes popular and sells, and then you get 10 more like it. Not only just from the same company, but everyone else that wants to follow suit, right? Mortal Kombat 1 is a joke compared to Street Fighter 6. It is not good at all. I'm sorry. It is not even anywhere near competition, but you wouldn't hear that from anyone who's notable, because everyone wants to keep their lips zipped so they don't get blacklisted. It's crap. The game is laggy. The game is simplistic. The game plays horribly. It's a step back for the franchise, and now it's had game-breaking bugs that we just, oh, it's fine, forgive them, because they're going to patch it because we found it for them. Are you out of your fucking mind? This should be front page news on every single gaming website. Why is Mortal Kombat 1 such a huge failure compared to its contemporary? Why are we not holding them accountable? I don't get it. But again, I'm different than everybody else. I am. I think of things differently, while the entire FGC is all about the hype and gotta say everything's good, so that way you can get fucking clickbait views on your shit and everything. I gotta be honest, all right? That is absolutely positively a joke. That is that way, that it launched that way, that it's not even in competition with Street Fighter 6. I can't imagine, you know, being Ed Boon. But again, he must live in a bubble or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, it's gotta be like living in a fucking bubble. Because all you're listening to is the positive feedback from the game websites that don't even understand the game sucks. You know? I just don't get it, you know? Anyway, whatever. Let's continue. Even now, there's people in the chat that are fucking, oh, no, or whatever.
Typically helps me more than anything.